Welcome to the first mini-sode of the Dawn Clan Challenge, where I'll be showing off the Star Clan side of the Dawn Clan Challenge. Unfortunately, last time I didn't have time to go over the few cats that we have in Star Clan, so I thought I'd just do it in a little mini-sode. I'm sure one day these will get to be a little bit longer, but for right now, it's just a short video. And first up today, we're talking about Eelnose. Eelnose was the guardian cat from Star Clan that actually decided to help form this clan. Nobody really knows why this strict cat decided to get them all together right now, but he's been present in all of the medicine cat and leaders' dreams so far, so they're kind of just waiting to see whenever Eelnose decides it's time to reveal why he's gotten them all together. There's been no prophecy so far, so there hasn't really been a chance to discuss while they're all here together. But they're sure one day Eelnose will decide to tell them. Next up, we have Aunt Hart, who was originally Aunt Kit and one of the founding members of the clan alongside Hollow Kit. Aunt Hart didn't do much while he was a kid, but once he was apprenticed to the first and former deputy of Dawn Clan, Drystream. His apprenticeship was fairly uneventful, other than enjoying listening to Clawshade tell stories to him and the other cats of the clan. She just seemed to like to tell stories all the time, and he enjoyed listening. Once he was made a warrior, Lakestar honored his energy, and he became charismatic and an excellent fighter. Unfortunately, not long after he was made into a warrior, Aunt Hart had to defend the clan from a large dog and was terribly wounded. Unfortunately, at the time, Thunderfoot, Crowrump, and Specklepuddle were all out gathering herbs, so Thunderfoot wasn't in clan camp to tend to his wounds at the time. So unfortunately, he died. However, later down the line, when Thunderfoot was out gathering herbs on another day, he was visited by Aunt Hart and just to let him know that he was happy in StarClan and for no one to be sad. However, of course, Clawshade was still mourning him. She missed the bright Tom in camp who seemed to enjoy her stories the most. Next up, unfortunately, we have Hollow Nettle. Like I mentioned before, he was one of the original Kits in the clan alongside Aunt Kit. Hollow Nettle unfortunately spent most of his time as a kid in the medicine den with Thunderfoot, as he got stomach aches quite often. But once he was finally made an apprentice, this came back to bite him. He hadn't really interacted with the rest of his clan very much, so once he was apprenticed under Frostpelt, he was kind of cold to the whole idea, didn't really like the idea of having to interact with the other apprentices and warriors. But soon Hollowpaw started coming around to the idea, and his attitude changed whenever Lakestar had to save him once from drowning. This really made it change his attitude towards the rest of the clan, and he started helping out Thunderfoot more, gathering herbs and helping out Drystream with his daily duties. And unfortunately, after Aunt Hart passed away defending the clan from a large dog, he was the only apprentice left, but he was soon made into a warrior and was honored for their intelligence. After everything had happened with Aunt Hart and Lakestar, he became thoughtful and a fantastic teacher. However, his trends from kithood still stuck, and he continued to get sick and visit the medicine den often. But as him and Drystream spent time in the medicine together, with Drystream approaching older age, they became friends as well, and they recovered together many times. All of this helping in the medicine den continued, and then he'd get injured, he'd sprain his paw, and figure he should go help to find the herbs that he needed to heal himself anyways. This trend continued for most of his life, until it came to a tragic end one moon, almost in full circle. Hollow Nettle laughs about it to this day. While he was out on patrol helping search for herbs, he noticed that the river separating their border with Narrow Clan was quite vicious that day, and happened to see another cat struggling in the waters. This other cat happened to be the leader of Narrow Clan, and while the Narrow Clan leader was helped by Hollow Nettle just enough to get away, fortunately Hollow Nettle didn't have the extra lives like they did and was killed in the accident. Uh, the relationship between Dawn Clan and Narrow Clan is still rocky to this day because of that. And the last two cats I'm going to be talking about today are unfortunately kits. They're both Clawshade's kits from her first litter, Raccoon Kit and Alder Kit. They both died before they were made apprentices, so we all know how that goes. They're still kits here in StarClan. First up we have Raccoon Kit, who is very bouncy. He loves to bother the other StarClan cats about what his life would have been like as a warrior if he'll ever receive a warrior name while he's here in StarClan. Unfortunately, during life, Raccoon Kit died of green cough. Several other cats were in the medicine den with him at the time, but Raccoon Kit was just too young to handle the disease. Alder Kit, who is up next, is a very nervous kit. No one is surprised in StarClan by this, though. Whenever Alder Kit died in life, unfortunately, he was taken away by a hawk. This is a terrible fate for any kit in the clans, but it happens from time to time, and they all tell Alder Kit that one day he'll have another life in the clan. I feel like that's also worth mentioning. I'm gonna headcanon for now that any cats that die as kittens or apprentices have the opportunity to be reborn into the clan. As you know, these names are randomly generated. I don't come up with the names, although I do have the ability to change the names if I wanted to. But if we happen to get any cats born with the name randomly generated of a cat that died young, or we're just gonna say they're reincarnated and getting a second chance at life. So who knows? Maybe Raccoon Kit and Alder Kit will be back one day. Alright, thank you guys for joining me for this mini-sode. I hope you'll be back for our next video updating on year 4 of Dawn Clan. And I hope you'll join me over on my Twitch to see that happen. Alright guys, bye. Don't forget to like and subscribe.